Hi, it's Joy. Today we're going to be talking about what harsh truths do you prefer to ignore? For me, 3 things come to mind. 2 conscious efforts and 1 unconscious effort. Cognitive dissonance, making excuses for others, and the mind vault, or what I like to call the mind vault. Cognitive dissonance, according to verywellmind.com, is the feeling of discomfort that can result from a clash between one's own beliefs and one's own behavior, or new information presented to them. People tend to desire consistency in their beliefs, in conduct, and their perceptions. So when encountering the issue of cognitive dissonance, something must change in order to eliminate or alleviate this feeling. There are 3 typical reactions when encountering cognitive dissonance. 2 easy methods and 1 hard one, but it's the most effective. The first easy method is to focus on more supportive beliefs that outweigh the dissonant behavior or information. Another reaction is to reduce the significance of the new information in order to continue living a life ignoring the truth. The third method is to change the conflicting belief to be consistent with new beliefs and behaviors. It's change. Personally, I've had to deal with cognitive dissonance by doing away with religion in my life. Well, with mainstream religion, because in order to live a life that is more consistent with my love for science, I had to do away with Christianity. And it was difficult considering how it had been instilled in me what I needed to do to live a quantity of life rather than a quality. And I'm a type of person that when there's something that is unequivocally true, I have to deal with it one way or another. Same thing goes for when I had to deal with the fact that most of the things I do are unconscious. Well, all things I do are subconscious that are brought to my conscious attention, and that's who I am. Rather than the more common belief that we have a conscious self that is separate from our subconscious self. That was rather difficult. Anyways, on to the next thing, which is what I like to call the mind vault, which is walking away with bad memories. After encountering a rather stressful or traumatic event, the brain has been known to suppress any recollections of the occurrence. A 2015 study conducted by Northwestern University revealed that following memory suppression, those lost memories can be retrieved through going through the same stressful emotions that triggered the initial suppression. They made this discovery following an experiment conducted on mice, where they were put in a box for a brief moment and were administered a mild shock. The following day, upon entering the same box, it appeared as if the mice had forgotten about the traumatic event from the previous day. But upon consuming a stress-inducing drug, they were able to recall their unpleasant experience and were hesitant to enter the box. And now the final thing I would like to touch on is making excuses for others. This is something that's more personal, as making excuses for others while ignoring the truth. I think it's common. For example, let's say there's a lover this isn't something that I can very much relate to, but it's an example I thought of. There's a lover who is cheating on you, and you're very much aware of this, but in order to 1, preserve the peace, and 2, shield the relationship, you ignore it. The concept of ignoring a harsh truth is rather difficult for me to grasp, as whenever I find myself ignoring a harsh truth, it lasts for about the longest is an hour, because I ponder on what's causing this conflict within myself. And I recommend that others do the same. Because regardless of whether the truth is accepted or not, it'll be there and you'll be living in it. And to attempt to ignore it is simple delusion. Anyways, truth is found in the paradox.